Hello, Canes fans. Welcome to the Greentree All-American podcast. I just want to get on and talk to you guys about the game from yesterday. What a cardiac event. Cardiac Canes back at it again. I want to go over the players of the game from PFF perspective. Pro Football Focus, if you're not familiar, they review every game, watch it from a football's perspective. Take it for a grain of salt because they don't know the play calls, but they do review each game and look at it more closely than the average fan. Um, but your highest grade player from yesterday was, wait on it, Damian Martinez. Um, Even though Cam Ward is our Superman, Damian Martinez came to play. They gave him an 88 grade overall. He had 12 carries for 89 yards and one touchdown. The guy really came to play, and he played the game that we've been all waiting for. He really showed that Damian Martinez that we thought we were getting from Oregon State. Massive, just a massive run to end the game. When game win touchdown, he ran over a linebacker, safety, and then he carried the whole secondary into the end zone with him. It was just complete carnage on the field. It was awesome to watch. I got so excited when I saw him do that, man. Very excited for him because a lot of Canes fans, including myself, have been hard on him. Um, and it's great to see him come to his own. The run game was really, really good yesterday. The offense was balanced, and another great day by Shannon Dawson. Ruben Bain was the second highest graded player. We are really glad to see him back on the field. Um, he was all over the place, causing pressure, and he did end up with two tackles. And what I can see, he had one sack as well, and he was a pivotal part of getting pressure on the quarterback yesterday. And he was also on that strip fumble from Simon Barrow and Ruben Bain. They were both on the running back when Miami recovered the touchdown in the end zone. Man, that guy's really showing up to play, and we miss him dearly. And thankful to have that guy back. Sam Brown was the next Miami player on their list at 81.4. Another player that we've been waiting to see a breakout game from. He had just three catches, but for an overall yards, he had 125 yards and along of 59 yards was his longest reception for one TD. Guy was very explosive. Um, Finally, it looked like he came in and played what we want him to do all year long, is be an explosive player for yards after the catch. Very exciting to see. Hope he continues that going on into the season. Our next player, Simon Barrow, 80.1. As I mentioned earlier, he's really the main guy who caused that fumble that Miami recovered in the end zone. That was recovered by Popo Agede. Simon Barrow had six total tackles and one sack and a forced fumble. Um, I think it's safe to say that guy is probably the best player on Miami's defense right now, aside from Ruben Bain. From a stat perspective, the guy's been showing up ever since USF, his breakout game. He is worth all the NIL we're paying him. I'm very glad to see him play. It's really fun to watch him. Um, Seems like a team player, and he's really coming to his own this season. Our next guy, Xavier Strepo. What can we say about him? 74.5. The guy will break records this season. I know he's pretty close on the receptions and the yards for a Miami receiver all-time list. Um, he's the goat, man. He's one of the goats because that guy's reliable as can be, and and that touchdown catch he had in the end zone was one of the toughest catches that you'll see a player make. But he makes them look routine, and we're thankful to have him. And I don't know where we'd be without him this season. I'm thankful that he came back for his last year to do something special like he's doing. I know last year we gave him a lot of grief. Our Canes fans did rather because Tyler Van Dyke just targeted him all the time. But as you see, Cam Ward is doing the same. Restrepo, he finished for let's see, seven receptions, 101 yards, and one touchdown, longest 63. And then finally, your quarterback Cam Ward finished the day 21 of 32, 319 yards, four touchdowns. Um, what a player, man! That guy's mental toughness and willing the team to win. Uh, I think that's the difference in this team this year. We haven't had a quarterback like this since Ken Dorsey, really. And man, I hope Canes fans aren't taking it for granted because this guy is generational, and he's so fun to watch. This team goes with him, and I think the huge stat line from the day was that he did not have an interception at all. Limited turnovers was huge, and with the possessions of the game, Louisville going back and forth with us is key not to turn the ball over, although we did have one with Mark Fletcher's fumble. Um, from overall perspective from the game, our offense is it's elite, man. I think that it's national caliber to win, but I don't know if our defense is there, man. Our secondary obviously is very concerning. Safety play, they're taking bad angles, um, getting caught, looked in the backfield, and not playing their responsibilities. I hope we see some more competition there. Um, some Zaquan Patterson, maybe more Marquise Williams, because what we're seeing, man, it can't get much worse. And uh, Louisville, they passed for 448 yards, or total of 448 yards. We outgained them still, but 342 yards passing. But one solid stat line is only 106 yards rushing on 21 attempts. Run defense was okay. There were some leaks that missed tackles and such went for big plays, but you'll take 106 yards at the defense, holding them to rushing. Let's keep in mind Jeff Braun is one of the best play callers in college football. To uh, is a headache, man, to game plan for his offense. They got really good players, and Tyler Show is not a bad player, man. He threw for 342 yards, 31, 51, 4 TDs. It just happened to be our quarterback and our running game was better. Um, and I think really another concerning thing that's caught up with us this season is the lack of recruiting in the secondary. We missed out on telling guys with Coach Adai in the past couple of years. I know Chase Jackson's recruiting better, but the lack of NFL talent back there is really hurting us this season. You just wonder if the staff is kicking themselves a little bit, not going far in the portal for more help back there. But it's what we have this season, so we have to correct it and move on from game to game. I think, like I said earlier, we should have some more competition back there. See some more Zaquan Patterson and go from there. I think one bright spot was our defensive line. Our starting four got 26 pressures on their own. Ruben Bain, Tyler Barron, Simon Barrow, Kim Mesidor, they are a lot to handle, man. And I think they wore down the offensive line of Louisville. But with that being said, another takeaway from the game, aside from Cam Ward's theatrics and Heisman worthy performance again, with our rushing game, each back really contributed when they needed to. As I mentioned, Martinez had a great game. Mark Fletcher ran very well in the first half, aside from his turnover, 13 carries on 73 yards, averaged 5.6 yards per carry. And I was really, really excited to see AJ Allen come into the picture. He provided a spark, man, and a change of pace that really needed. I thought it was interesting to see Jordan Lyle play at all. And if you listen to the post game interview with Don Bailey Jr. from 560 WQAM with Mario, he said AJ had a really good week of practice and he gave him big props for stepping up when his name was called. Um, I think a lot of players should, who are not playing, look at AJ Allen as a good um, example for, always staying ready for when your number's called. The guy has really, really risen to the occasion, and I'm so happy, man, because I've been calling for his name to get more touches. He only had 5 carries for 31 yards and touchdown, but those were critical carries, and it was awesome to see. Also, I think another key impact on the game was having Jalen Rivers back. What was unique about that was we still saw Markel Bell for left tackle, and they moved Rivers to left guard, and you saw some Rivers at left tackle and McCoy at left guard. Um, Mario did say that Bell deserved to play, and he did, man, and he looked good out there. He looked good, but I think Rivers was a big addition back to the lineup. I'm glad to have him back. You saw him have a neck brace. He looked pretty cool out there. Pretty formidable. Love to see it. Um, Other than that, I think the offense had a really good balance. 222 yards on the ground, 319 yards in the air. We really leaned on them on third and fourth quarter, and we really punched them in the mouth on the run game. And I think Mario, that's what we want to do. I think that's identity. Really use the air raid to get a lot of points, and then just run the game out with our running backs in the fourth quarter. It was a complete game by our offense, and I mean, what can you say? Shannon Dawson's been in his bag all year, and um, he's 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 either one earning a huge payday from Miami or a head coaching job somewhere. Hope we can keep him. Hope we pay him because the guy's having a great year calling the game. Um, but I think we really got to figure out this defense, man. I know it's obvious. I'm sure the coaches are not pleased with it. I think as we get towards the end of the season, postseason play, I think if we don't shore it up, we'll get exposed pretty badly. We already are, but competition gets tougher and mistakes become more critical. But looking ahead, we have Florida State next week. Hope the players aren't taking that lightly, because I remember last year we went into Doak and we had our backup quarterback, and we gave them a really tough game and almost spoiled their 13-0 season. Rivalry games got throughout the records because you'll get a puncher's chance. I know Florida State looks awful this year, and Miami should take care of business, but I think the team is focused on going 1-0 every week. If you listen to interviews, they say that a lot, and I think that's just the mentality for Mario and even Cam Ward. Going the week to week. You have Florida State, you have Duke, then you have Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and Syracuse to close out the season. You like our chances to go undefeated, but things happen. We got to start making the routine plays routine, and got to limit the mistakes. Our hearts, the stress and anxiety. We can't take this every week. We'd love to see the go in the fourth quarter with the lead. So we run the clock out with the running game and limit the stress. But I'll never apologize for a W, and love to see it. One thing, along with the defense, that needs to get cleaned up is our special teams. We gave them pretty much 14 points off special teams in the third quarter. We let a uh, kickoff return back for a touchdown, and then a punt, fake punt for a first down when we could have got off the field. I'm pretty sure they scored that drive. Um, but it was infuriating to watch. We can't keep asking Cam and the offense to bail us out. This team needs to come together and play complete complementary football. So we're not in these situations where we have to score every single drive. Although our offense can, right? But you don't want to keep living by that way. Um, but as but other than that, Canes might move into the top five this week. He had some losses. Texas got blown out by Georgia. Not blown out, but beat pretty badly. He had Alabama losing to Tennessee. Um, it's gonna be exciting next few weeks as we go get inch closer to the end of the season. Proud of this team. They're so fun to watch. Um, but yeah, with that being said, I hope everyone has a good Sunday. You can follow me on Twitter, Jordy Kane. This is the Greentree All American podcast. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you next time.